I'll just speak something on Radhastami. And first, I offer respects to all devotees, Maharaj, and other senior devotees here. Is my voice audible behind? That's okay. So this is a special day. So this is a special day. Actually, there are three special days in our tradition, Gaudiya Vaishnava. The first is Balaram Purnima. As we all know, Lord Balaram appeared in this world. And then Janmashtami, Krishna appeared. And then Radhastami, it's the appearance day of Radha. So Krishna's birth day is special. Lord Balaram's birthday is, let me put it like this, it's more special. And Radha's birth or appearance is most special. And why it is like that? Because Krishna is special because he extends his mercy to everybody. When we think of God, we think of mercy, of all qualities. One of the quality of God, which is very relevant to us, is mercy. We can relate to it, no? And why Lord Balaram is more special? Because Lord Balaram, he gives us the will, the power to accept that mercy. Srila Prabhupada, he installed Krishna Balaram deities in Vrindavan. And I mean to say, in our tradition, in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, we worship Radha Krishna. And most of our tradition, there are temples of Radha Krishna there. Krishna Balaram temples, very few. Very few. You can just count on fingers. But Srila Prabhupada installed Krishna Balaram right in the center. There is Gauranga, Krishna Balaram, and Radha Shyam. We all know that. Why? They asked Prabhupada, why did you do that? Radha Krishna could have been in the center. Prabhupada said no. Prabhupada said, because people, my devotees from all around the world, they will come to Vrindavan and they will get the power or the willpower to receive mercy from Krishna and then distribute. But Radha Ashtami is the most special because Radharani, she gives us the power to rejoice in that mercy. Rejoice means she gives us power to appreciate the mercy of Lord and then share it with others. That's what Radharani is there for. I'll speak about Radharani more, but now the question comes, who is Srimati Radharani? Who is this personality? And the next question is, why we worship her? And the third question is, how should we worship her? These three questions are important to us, and I'll discuss them one by one. So let's first talk about who is Srimati Radharani. Well, before that, we have to talk about who is God. Now, when we talk about God, many people say so many things. I mean to say, if you talk to some Gyanis means philosophers in India, if you go to them, if you ask them who is God, most of them will say God. They laugh, that's all. And they'll say, no, you can't speak a word about God. You have to feel Him. You see, that's how it goes. Many others, if you ask who is God, they'll say God is power, God is some kind of light or something, some abstract answer. But when you come to Vaishnavism or when you come to scriptures, they define God. And that's a beautiful concept, definition of God. If you think about it, that's very different approach to God, definition of God. And that is given in our scriptures, especially in Bhagavad Gita. and Bhagavad. So in Vedic tradition, we define God. Because, you know why? Because anything which you can't define, you can't attain. If you want to attain something, first you have to define what I am going to attain. I mean to say, before you walk on a path, you have to first come to the conclusion where you are going. First the goal comes and then the path comes, isn't it? First prayojan and then everything. So, okay, who is God? Srila Prabhupada gave a lecture on Radhastami. And he began that lecture with defining God. And I'll come to the point why. How it's related to Srimati Radharani. So who is God? Well, if you talk about God, definition of God, God is, as we all know, generator, operator, destroyer. We know this, no? There's so many qualities of God. He's omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. We know all these things. He's most powerful. There's unlimited qualities, but one quality, or let's say two qualities, we are interested in, is He is the most merciful. But more than that, the most important quality of God is He is full of bliss. We are all in search of happiness, isn't it? And that we can relate more when we talk about God. He's full of happiness, and that's not it. He is full of happiness, and He wants to share His happiness with us. Now that's interesting. An infinite source of happiness, which is God. He wants to share His happiness with us. Now how about that? And that's what Scripture says, Raso Vai Saha. And that's very interesting because this is unique to Vedic scriptures which say God wants to enjoy. But His enjoyment is different from our enjoyment. He enjoys in giving enjoyment to others. That's it. We enjoy in taking enjoyment. And it's very different now. He wants to give, He wants to share. Anybody, any good person, he wants to share, isn't it? If I give you some food to eat, and if you are a gentleman in Prabhupada's gentleman, then you want to share that food. But if you are not a gentleman, if you are a mean and selfish person, you get the food and you eat without even thinking. But if you go to India, if you go to Vedic tradition, then actually if you see our Vedic tradition, if you go to India, people before eating food or ordering food, they used to first take out some portion of the food for some animals. You people who are here from India, for some animals, for crows, for cows, and for other people, and then they used to. That's natural, isn't it? And it's like that. Suppose you are very happy, you want to share with your friends. You call your friends. Oh my God, today I'm very happy and this happened to me, isn't it? That's with God. God is full of bliss and He wants to share His bliss with others. It's common sense. But the problem is with whom He should share His happiness. That's the problem. Because Prabhupada, he actually begins his lecture like that. And I was thinking about that, why he begins his lecture like that on Radhastami. And he says that it is said in scriptures, Natat samas avineka sacha vidyate. There is nobody equal or greater than God. So God is, the name of God is Krishna. There are so many names. And we like to call Him as Krishna. And scriptures call Him as Krishna. It's all attractive. And He thinks in Himself, okay, I want to share my bliss, but with whom should I share? Because if you want to share a happiness with somebody or experience with somebody, he has to understand you. Isn't it? If he doesn't understand you, he will not value your experience. He will not value your happiness. It goes waste. If you're a cricketer and you win a gold medal in that, and you want to share your experience as a cricketer, yes, it was so nice, and he did some bowling and I batted like this and this and this. You can't discuss this with somebody who doesn't know cricket. He will not be able to appreciate it. You have to discuss it with somebody who knows cricket, who is your friend. So Krishna thinks, well, Matta Bharataram Nanya, there is nobody equal to me, nobody superior to me. What should I do? With whom should I share my experience of happiness? There is none except me. And that happened in Bhagavatam actually. There were two people, Kashyap and Aditi, two great saints. And they were doing meditation for so many years with a desire to have a son like God. Now mark my words. They were doing meditation with a desire to have son like God. The word like. So they did meditation for many years, and Krishna or Vishnu, God appeared, and he said, okay, what do you want? I'm happy. So he said, I want a son like you. And you know what God said? He said, well, there's none like me. So, solution is, I will become your son. Because there's none like me. So when Krishna thinks that, okay, well, I want to share my happiness, there's nobody like me, so okay, fine, let me expand myself. That's what he does. Because Srila Prabhupada says in that lecture, nobody can enjoy alone. You see, alone you can be peaceful. Just like people do meditation, people go to meditation camps, they do yoga, and that's okay in one sense. For health it's okay. And you can close your eyes and say, you can feel peace, no doubt about it. But you can feel satisfaction, but you cannot feel enjoyment. For that you need two people. Prabhupada brings a concept here. So Krishna says, okay, I want to share my happiness. To whom should I give? So let me expand. And he expanded himself. Just like we can also expand. You all can expand. Easily. It's simple to expand. Just go, actually every day you expand yourself. You just stand in front of your mirror and you expand yourself. Because there's a reflection. There's one more person like you there. Of course, that's not reality in one sense. But that's you. But God, He can expand in real. He expands. And that expansion is Srimati Radha, with whom He shares His enjoyment. But that is special. She is special. Because